Hello, it's Amy Wall, and welcome to the Energetic Facial Massage Workshop. So this is going to be a taster class and workshop for my technique, Energetic Wrinkle Release. And this is just an easy, intuitive way that you can transform your average skincare routine into a powerful beauty, skin, energy, and image ritual that will allow you to tone your vagus nerve, balance and calm your nervous system, activate your lymphatic system, and tune into your fascial network. And so in this day and age where we are so surrounded by stressful messages, stressful events, and if you're watching this, I'm going to assume that you're at least a little bit highly sensitive like I am, and experiencing all of the stress is actually creating inflammation in our body. It's creating excess cortisol, it's creating inflammation, and it's creating tension that over time can set into very deep patterns. So practicing this type of energetic facilitation with your skin will allow you to release these patterns and these energies on a daily, if not weekly and monthly basis. I do it daily, I do it nightly, I do it weekly, and I do it monthly. And if you follow along with me in the glowing skin journey, I will guide you in doing it in all those times as well, in a very easy and intuitive manner. So this isn't about adding another 20-minute meditation ritual onto your already busy day. Though we are going to workshop it and practice these techniques, these can happen in just, moments. These can be any of the little things I show you today, you can do for just a minute. You can even just use your intention and your awareness to do all of these things on the inside without even actually doing the techniques. So don't be overwhelmed. This is just the beginning, and I'm here to guide you. So the one message that I wanted to share in this workshop is that you are the technology. There isn't a tool, a microcurrent, an LED light, or anything on the outside of you that has more power than your own body and being. Let that land for a moment. How does that feel? That feels so good to go like, I have all of the answers. I have all of the magic. It's me. I am the missing ingredient in all of my facial formulas. It's me. I am the technology. Would you take a moment and just acknowledge that it's you? You are the magic. So are you willing to be the magic? And I would love for you to write any comments below this video. If you are willing to be the magic, it's extremely powerful for you to put that into words and to claim it out loud for all of us to support you in. So we all probably know by now that when we are in a constant state of stress, that we are in the fight or flight part of our nervous system. We are just waiting for the next shoe to drop, right? With all of the stuff going on in the world, it's like just sort of kind of bracing ourselves. And it's this extreme feeling of energetic resistance on the other side of the inflammation and cortisol, right? So there's an energetic component to it, and there's a physical component to it. And this fight or flight makes it so that our body is devoting all of our energy to being able to escape the pain, the harm, whatever we perceive as the threat around us. And that means our body is not devoting all of its resources and energy into regenerating fresh energy, regenerating fresh skin cells, allowing, the release of disharmonious energy and the release of waste products in the cells. So it's imperative for our overall health and well-being that we learn to reset our nervous system in an easy and intuitive manner. So it just happens that self-touch activates our parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest. And while it's great to get a facial, and while it's great to get a massage, we have the magic in our own hands. How does that feel? It feels, every time I remember this, because it's a constantly a remembering, we can get kind of lost in the story of trauma and drama, the stories and the fear porn that is circulating around the internet and in our own world. And then the very real pain and suffering that our global community is going through. So some of it is, stuff that hasn't happened yet, fear around stuff that's not happened yet. And some of this is very real pain and suffering that not only our global community is going through, but wherever you are in the world, your local community. And like I said before, if you're energetically sensitive, if you identify as being highly sensitive in any way, or maybe you didn't even know you were highly sensitive, you just can feel other people's feelings, you're empathetic, then we could be holding on to this pain, and this could be affecting our bodies in a very real way. And in order to be a powerful global community member, and in order to help affect some change and be the change that we wish to see in the world, we have to fill our well first. We have to be the example, and we have to be the invitation. And when we do this, we will be able to call upon a great reserve that has been reserved just for us. And we can show up and shine and do our great work in the world, which I know that if you are hanging out with me is significant. You are a leader of some sort. I only attract visionary leaders. That's just how I roll. And if you didn't know you were a visionary leader yet, maybe we should have a one-to-one talk, and I can help you see yourself in a different light. Okay, let's get started. So first, let's set some intentions for this workshop. You can add in your own intentions, but my intention for myself and also my intention for you is to release undigested stress emotions, adrenaline and cortisol specifically, and anything else. So my intention is, and let's bring up my infinity symbol. On one side, we're going to release and relax undigested stress emotions. We're going to come back to center, and then we're going to reprogram fresh cellular and spiritual energy into our system and into our well. So release undigested stress emotions, come to center, reprogram fresh cellular and spiritual energy into our well. That is my intention. Please add onto it for yourself or adopt my intention for yourself. So to put it more simply, we are going to have more flow. And because we have more flow as a side effect, not as the main, it's not the main intention, but as a side effect, we're going to have more glow, more flow, more glow. So if you have a mirror nearby, even if you just pick up your phone and look at the selfie, let's look in the mirror together. And in my advanced work, I have some deep mirror play exercises. I call it mirror play, not mirror work, because we are already doing so much work out there. We have our great work in the world. We have our housework, our work that we do to exchange for money. We have lots of work out there. And I'm inviting you to think of this as just play. Play is the way. We don't have to take it too seriously. And remember that everything that you see in the mirror is just actually a representation of where you have been up until this point. It's just showing you what you can expect more of if you don't make a change. So we're going to enact the paradox of first, when I accept myself, then I change. So when we look at the mirror, allow the inner critic to be soothed and quiet. Just allow yourself to really look at yourself with eyes of compassion and even a dispassion, which means just be very neutral when you look at yourself in the mirror. But I'm in a moment, I'm going to hold this mirror up and I'm going to look and identify where my inflammation and where my stress and tension are actually being reflected back to me in my face. So I'm going to get a baseline of where I'm at in my skin, in my face. This happens to be a 2x mirror, which is a little uncomfortable, but I'm letting my inner critic be quiet. I am seeing a lot of emotion, stuck tension and energy around my eyes. I'm seeing inflammation on my nose and on my cheek, right in here. And I'm seeing tension right in here. Now, I work on this on a daily basis, so I can see a shortening here. I feel like this. Now, I have a specific personal tragedy that's been happening behind the scenes that has been affecting me, intention, and of course, everything that's going out on the global stage is also affecting me. So this might be a little bit different for you, but just take a look in the mirror or on your selfie camera and see if you can identify where the stress and the inflammation are reflecting back to you in your current face. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to close our eyes. So I want you to close your eyes now, place your mirror down or your phone. And now I want you to enter into the theater of your mind. So we're going to engage all of our senses using only the power of our imagination, image and nation. We are going to bring up an image of a mirror. So invoke an inner mirror in the theater of your mind. And now I want you to look at yourself in this inner mirror. Noticing if you can bring up an image at all. and noticing if this inner image is different than the image you just saw in your physical mirror. Now, there's a chance that you might not be able to see an image at all because this is a practice that we cultivate, and there's no right or wrong here. This is merely play, just noticing where you're at and noticing if it's different, just taking in some details. And I want you to make this inner mirror, if you haven't already, make this a full-length mirror. And now take in your whole entire length. Again, noticing if this is easy, if you can see yourself, and any other details you would like to bring up. This would be a handy time to have the Glowing Skin Journey workbook nearby. But if not, just bring up a journal. You can have a journal to write some notes in after we open our eyes, or you can just take a mental note. Because the good news is this is a cultivation and a practice that never ends until we do. Okay, you can go ahead and open up your eyes. Okay, so just take a moment to open up your eyes and let's just blink our eyes a little bit. Kind of reset. And now we're going to go back into our inner image and our inner mirror. All right, close your eyes again. Bring up your inner mirror. It's a full-length mirror. Look at yourself in your inner mirror. And now I want you to point at yourself with your inner fingers. This is all a visualization. And start cultivating and overlaying the image from your physical mirror. Intentionally put that image inside this full-length mirror. And start pointing at the areas of attention that you noticed when you looked in the physical mirror. So I am inside of my theater of my mind, which is like this theater that lives behind my forehead, behind the third eye. By the way, this is a beginning visualization technique. There are advanced techniques where we move out of the forehead. But for now, we are in the theater of our mind. You can imagine that there is a movie screen on the back of your forehead. You're seeing yourself up on the screen, looking at yourself in a full-length mirror, and you can see yourself pointing at the full-length mirror. You see yourself pointing. I see myself pointing at the areas I just mentioned. The tension around my jaw, the puffiness around my eyes, and the redness around my nose and cheeks. I'm just pointing at it and gazing at it. I feel like this is actually landing for quite a few of you, which feels really, really good. Okay, so go ahead and let that fade. You can move out of your theater of your mind, come back to the energetic facial massage workshop with me. And then let's just let that just fade away. Come and watch me again on the screen. And I'm just going to release any confusion. Or judgment. Okay. So the process is that we're working in the inner mirror first before we work on the physical mirror, which is our body. Our body and our face are a physical mirror of our inner patterning. Don't worry if that doesn't make sense to you right now. Just follow along. All right. So now we're going to get into the physicality. We're going to work on our eyes first. Our eyes and our fingers are our powerful creation tools. This is the technology, okay? This is our eyes and our fingers are the technology that activate everything, that allow us to create and to transform. You could use the word manifest if you like. So let's start blinking our eyes and clearing our eyes. And don't be surprised if some emotions come up as we do this. Just blink, blink, blink. Now I want you to start exercising your eyes in some circles. Going one way and then the other. Actually, let's go left first. Let's clear, cancel, transmute, dissolve, dissipate, delete any disharmonious energies and emotions. Now let's move right. Install, instill, encode, and command a new sense of freshness and energetic awareness and possibility. Okay, now go ahead and just blink, 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 and then come to rest. You can actually put your fingers on your eyes and just reset for a moment. All right, now we're going to do one more thing with the eyes. We're going to make an infinity symbol with our eyes. We're going to start at the center. We're going to go to counterclockwise first, and then we're going to do a clockwise, and that will complete the eyes. Okay, so starting in the center, moving left and right, coming to center, and then moving right to left. Okay. Now we're going to start some breath play. Let's practice breathing. I know that we all are breathing every day, but we might be leaving a lot of energy on the table depending on if we are breathing shallow and unintentionally. So we're going to just do a regular breath. We're going to breathe in through our nose, expanding our lungs, filling everything up like a balloon. And then breathe out through our mouth, letting everything come completely out, constrict, and pulling our belly in towards our spine and constricting our pelvic floor. Kind of constricting and constricting and lifting. So from there, let's just have a nice straight spine. Let's enact and engage our Mula Bandha, which is a pelvic floor lock, bringing in your sex and excretory organs there, just pulling it in and up. Nice, strong foundation. And let's do it again, breathing in through the nose. Fresh energy, fresh possibility. And then breathing out. Expelling all the old disharmonious waste products and energies and air. Can you feel that's that's already just like an incredible ab workout. Okay, breathing in, opening up, and breathing out. Easy, like some breath work. Okay, so we're going to continue to be breathing very intentionally in and out with this nice strong spine, with our mula bandha engaged and squeezing. All right, now let's get our fingers in the party. We're going to start squeezing. So just do a thumbs up like this. Taking the other fingers and thumbs, let's just squeeze each thumb about 20 times. This is resetting our nervous system. Continuing to breathe intentionally. Just getting our vagus nerve involved with all this nice breath. We can go more deeply into the specifics of every system in another class. Okay, moving over here, squeezing that thumb. Okay, now let's activate all of our fingers. Have you ever thought about everything that you see in the physical world was created with somebody's eyes and hands? Yeah, we're powerful. You're a powerful creatrix. You ever wondered why people clap to give their approval? You make this little energy. Okay, you ever wonder why people put their hands together to pray? Now look and feel this. Do this, really press, engaging your abs and your spine and your pelvic floor. And do an intentional breath here with this beautiful circuitry and inner currency that we're creating with our own hands. Now, taking our hands from here, let's find the spot. It's kind of, here's the clavicle coming down here to the thymus. Let's just thump the thymus, feeling all of our energy starting to pulse downwards, opening up this beautiful organ of freshness, vitality, our higher heart. The other side of the thymus in my advanced work is called the assemblage point, and we'll get into that at a later date. Just doing some thumping, tapping. We're activating this energetic pathway. We're opening up all of our cellular and our spiritual energy. Now let's take our fingers like a seed, like a claw. Just press in. And pull, press and pull. Press and pull. I'm just continuing. We're now going to be moving into the more skintuitive part where I'm going to drop in and take us somewhere. We're going to go all around the face, but there's not a routine. Just pulling in, and getting right here into underneath the clavicle. understanding that our fascia runs up around our forehead, and then this part of our fascia comes up all the way here. So if we want to lift our neck and our face and bring in more freshness and vitality, we have to bring this entire décolleté into the party. So now I'm just very intentionally, not just working at the surface, you can already see the blood flow and the circulation and the oxygen. This isn't inflammation glow. This is the glow of circulation. So have you ever thought about the difference between inflammation and circulation in terms of glow? That's a really good conversation. Okay, so let's just using our fingers very intentionally to discover the areas that we are holding on to tension. Stress, inflammation, and or pain. And we're going to start getting into this incredible lymphatic channel. And these neurolymphatics. Again, we can do a deep dive on the systems at a later date. Just follow along with me. I'm going to get even underneath the bone a little bit. Squeezing, moving up the trapezius. Hello, sweetheart. Hello. Hello, sweetheart. Thank you. Moving side to side. Hello, sweetheart. Getting right in there. And now we're going to start. If you want to put a little facial oil on, you can. Otherwise, just use your fingers and your natural skin oil to. We're just more of like investigating our tension and witnessing it, not making it wrongness. I mean, let's actually layer in some self-appreciation, some body appreciation. Thank you, body. For holding us up. Being careful over your thyroid and your voice box. Coming behind the ear and to this occiput in the back of your head. And I'm just holding and using my fingers very intentionally underneath. And then resting my head onto my fingers and giving myself a nice little massage right here. Now I'm going to actually lift my hair up off my scalp. Going to the other side. We don't have to always be doing the same thing on each side because each side has a different level of tension. But to continue to move around, following your own skin intuition. I'm guiding the group the collective that is either watching this live or in the future. But please follow your own knowing. So now I'm going to pinch. We're going to pinch all the way down this tendon that is behind the ear. You'll feel it. Taking the corded, anything that's corded here, just pinching it up, pulling it up, getting to know it, and then just helping release it. You can think of your fascial system as your inner fiber optics, moving the light, pumping the hydration. Let's get to the face. I'm just kind of pinching and circling. I'm actually pressing enough that I can feel my teeth right here. I'm walking my fingers now all along my upper jaw. Let's come in here right by the nose with our fingers, just these little fingers. Pressing in right here, the beginning of the nasal labial fold. Let's take a nice big deep breath. And then out. I'm moving my fingers all the way up to the in between my eyes here. I'm going to press and release just gently, as if I was just pressing a button. Pulsing it. And then also, let's take a moment just to feel our blood pumping here. And then, just release that. Coming back up, pressing a few times, feeling. Feeling the energy underneath your fingers. And sweeping it as if you were sweeping the floor, picking up any excess fluids. Coming down. And then releasing it on this channel, just gently. And I find myself with my fingers down here at the higher heart again. So let's see that beautiful pattern. Inside of eyes, gently sweeping. Side of the face, down underneath the ears. Underneath the ears, coming down. All right, let's take our peace fingers. Feeling our lymphatic system maybe starting up even a little bit more, feeling some postnasal drip perhaps. We're really going to start toning our vagus nerve, our 10th cranial nerve. And we're going to start, I'm actually going to take my earrings off. These are my Light Life earrings. Let's start. Just taking both hands on one ear, really pulling. Actually, just taking little tiny pinches and just getting to know this little ear. I think the ear has more bones than any other appendage, something like that. Ears, some people's ears go out. They say that earlier man had ears that would open and close like this. So get in here and give yourself a little eargasm. Just opening it up, pulling it. See how red it is? That's circulation. That's fresh blood flow. That's fresh energy. One thing I see with in my clientele, especially when I was doing hands-on treatments, women would disappear to get their plastic surgery done. And they may or may not have wanted to talk to me about it at the time, which was fine. Of course, I can always see the scar right here. But what always struck me was that they may have had a facelift and they may have had a neck lift or whatever lift that they had, but the poor ear was out there just looking like the older version of them. So the ears, we can be putting our products on there. If you're a sunscreen wearer, you can put sunscreen on them. Whatever your personal belief system for beauty is, please do include the ears. Pulling. Okay, so now let's look at this little junction right here between the ear and the jaw. Let's go back over. Let's just do some nice circles. And let's open our jaw up, all the way open. We're just holding here kind of intentionally just so we can feel the movement. Open out your mouth all the way. And then I want you to close your mouth as slowly as you can after you've opened it all the way. And I feel that that was a whole release. All right, let's come up and do some pinching of our eyebrows. Noticing that because we've already worked the eyes so much and released underneath, that there's a very easy release of the eyebrows. Just pinching and moving out. Just feeling if you have extra skin, if your skin is becoming more lax, just feeling, just getting to know yourself. This is skin intimacy. And from there, just bringing all your fingers up, and let's start doing the temples. Moving to the top of the head. And pulling the hair up off the scalp in a very gentle manner.
Sorry if your hair is done. You don't have to do this, but definitely rewatch this and do it again because it is amazing. Think about all that blood flow that we're stimulating by just pulling the scalp up off the bone. Of course, I've got the crazy hair anyway, so we can make it into a giant afro. Oh my. Have you ever considered that the back of your face actually is at the very back of your head? I mean, your face is held at the back of your head. So let's go into the back. So let's crown. Let's go right to the center of the back of the head and let's find that little soft spot that we had when we were a baby and let's just circle it. Oh man. Ooh, there is one little area there that's where my face is held together right there. Pressing it, circling it, releasing it, regenerating it, renewing it, restarting it, restoring it. Press, 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 and release. Okay, so you should feel mightily energized. You should feel more flowing, more glowing. This is just a taster of the energetic facial massage process and my eventual energetic wrinkle release technique. That is one of my bright rights in my beauty energy methodology. This is a great place to start. Just activating your fingers, activating your hands, activating your intention, activating your inner mirror. So from here, we haven't done our whole face, but we've done enough to illuminate. Let's go ahead and go back into our inner mirror before we close out this session. So close your eyes. Enter into the theater of your mind. Invoke your full-length mirror. Look at yourself in your mirror. Notice the changes in your inner image. Or notice no changes. Just notice. Now with your inner fingers, I want you to trace an outline around your whole entire body, noticing that there's a golden light that comes out of your fingers. I want you to trace your whole entire body and seal your whole length, your full length in light. And as you do, you can leave your theater of your mind, bring all of your awareness and intention and attention inside of your physical body, pulling all of this energy that we've created in, installing and instilling, coding and commanding all of this radiant freshness and possibility inside of the body, feeling it seal up, absorbing it through your pores, enlightening your entire body with your own freshness. Noticing how your cellular energy feels lit up. Acknowledging that we've also cultivated and invited spiritual energy in by going inside. Acknowledging that our imagination is our quantum computer and our connection to source divine energy.
thanking ourselves for spending this time. And at the next workshop.